Hello and welcome to another episode on Maritime Radar. The role of a freight forwarder, also known as a non-vessel operating common carrier in the maritime industry, cannot be overemphasized. Their key job is to organize shipments for individuals or corporations to get goods from the manufacturer or producer to a market, customer, or final point of distribution. International freight forwarders have additional expertise in preparing and processing customs and other documentation and performing activities pertaining to international shipments. This requires requisite training to enable freight forwarders discharge their duties professionally. Repositioning Nigeria's freight forwarding sector to ensure growth through professionalism and foreign dominance by the full implementation of the Cabotage Act, embrace technology, and go paperless are some of the issues that will be on the front burner on today's show. I'm Nneoma Obi-Asualo. The port play a key role in connecting nations, trades, and economies. This has profound impact on trade volume and transport cost. However, the sector is confronted with many challenges such as new standards and modernization to achieve international best practice, especially in the areas of security, safety, environmental management, port operation, and services. The ever-evolving and changes in information technology, inter- and intra-regional competition, the ever-increasing size of ships, cargo handling equipment, and traffic growth, among others. Africa must have the ability to cope with such rapidly advancing realities in order to benefit from the trade opportunities. Before we get further into today's lineup on the program, let's find out the latest in maritime news.
The Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria has issued a fresh ultimatum to shipping lines operating in Nigeria over alleged failure to conclude negotiations on a standard condition of service for their employees. NWUN's President General, Comrade Adewale Adeyojun, said the union has resolved to embark on an industrial action, which was shelved in June by Monday 30th October 2023 if the lines refuse to meet its demand. Adeyojun added that when truce was almost in sight, the representatives of the shipping line, saddled with the responsibility of negotiating with the union, became lackadaisical towards the entire exercise, which gave them away as lacking the mandate to take decisions, and their cold feet on the matters subsequently led to the collapse of the negotiation. Consequent upon this, NWUN reiterates that the shipping branch of the union will commence the suspended strike action throughout the nation's ports after the expiration of the renewed 7-day ultimatum issued, adding that the other three branches of the union, namely Nigerian Ports Authority, dock workers, and seafarers, will join the colleagues in the industrial action. The Nigerian Shippers Council (NSC) has resolved the dispute over storage charges at the nation's seaports. At a meeting held at the NSC head office in Apapa, the council and freight forwarders also agreed to support terminal operations in ensuring efficient service delivery at the ports. It was agreed among the parties that the number of free days for cargo storage at the terminals be increased by 3 days to 5 days to provide more flexibility for shippers as well as reduce costs. The previously proposed increase in terminal charges has also been reduced. The NSC resolved to establish a compliance desk at all the nation's seaports for prompt resolution of disputes. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, has commissioned the Nigerian Seafarer Centers newly renovated by the Nigerian Port Authority in Apapa, Lagos. The center is owned by the Mission of Seafarers MTS Lagos. Speaking during the commissioning, Oyetola said the center would support the social, psychological, and emotional needs of seafarers who visit Nigeria. He also said the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy is determined to equip seafarers and other maritime workers with the enabling tools to tackle and overcome work-related challenges. Oyetola commended the NPA and its intervention in transforming the facility, which had been in a poor condition for many years. He implored agencies under his ministry to be audacious in driving smart initiatives that create opportunities and open up growth in the sectors. The chairman of Mission to Seafarers Lagos, Adebayo Sarumi, represented by a member of the board, Yetunde Akinluyi, noted that the needs of the seafarers have evolved from the provision of a base through which they can contact their families to advocacy for shore leave, legal assistance, counseling, pastoral care, and increasingly psychological support. The government of Finland has pledged funding worth €150,000 to the IMO Green Voyage 2050 project, which supports developing countries in their efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emission from ships and imports. The Green Voyage 2050 project is a key IMO initiative that aims to ensure no country is left behind in the maritime decarbonization. It has been instrumental globally in supporting developing countries, including small island developing states and least developed countries, make progress with implementation of the IMO GHG strategy. With Finland becoming a Green Voyage 2050 donor, the project's work has been given a boost, enabling it to focus on pilot demonstration, supporting beneficiary countries in developing closer coordinations in their energy transition plans, and identifying potential alternative fuel opportunities for maritime decarbonization.
If you're just joining us, this is Maritime Radar. The increase of storage charges by terminal operators without recourse to contractual diligence, wider consultations, and engagement of the stakeholders purely points to one of the possible pitfalls of port concession, implying that an industry without a strong economic regulator is prone to arbitrariness, high-handedness, uncompetitiveness, monopoly, and exploitation. This takes a center stage, especially in an industry where the legislative, economic, regulatory powers are often undermined. In this chat with Austin Azubuike Ekweozor, a licensed freight forwarder and the CEO of Success Trains and Links Limited, emphatically stated that freight forwarders and shippers are not against a possible increment by the terminal operators, especially in the face of the ever-increasing forex rate regime and the poor monetary policy administration. Rather, the stakeholders are against the applied methodology and the increment percentage applied at over 600%. Although the Nigerian Shippers Council immediate intervention has reduced this increment to 400%, the expectation is still a further reduction to about 200%, as this decision has an unprecedented multiplying effect on Nigeria's economy, its citizens, investment loss, port industry, operational challenges, and more. Stay with us. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Let's start this conversation having a background understanding of what freight forwarding is and who is qualified to be a freight forwarder.
Well, a freight forwarder is an individual or company who renders service of moving cargo from one destination to the other, or to the final destination. And a one who is qualified as a freight forwarder is somebody like me who has obtained the necessary training, professional training, and regulation as required by the CRFFN. So me, I'm qualified as a freight forwarder with a registration number.
So those who are not undergone training or have this number are not qualified freight forwarders?
They're not qualified. They're just, we can say they're touting in the port. Because before you are qualified as a professional in whatever or in what you are doing, you must undergo a training which is required by the regulatory body, which I and my company has undergone and qualified.
So
that's
what
why
is
we're
your,
into freight forwarding business.
so what is your association now doing to ensure that these ones who are not qualified are not in our ports?
Well, an association are trying their best, but you know, an individual, it depends on individual wants. So an association cannot contend everybody that you must do. This depends on your want. Like me and my company, I'm an organized person and who believe in the law. And whatever I'm doing, I make sure I conform with the necessary requirements on it.
Okay, talk us through this issue of illegal charges by terminal operators. What exactly is the issue?
The issue is the terminal operators who are the concessionaires of this country. They are just like a businessman like me. They went on their way without duly consultation. Though on their letter they mentioned consulting the stakeholders. So we wonder who are the stakeholders they consulted, because we continue asking the question, none of them could be able to explain. But be it as may, we'll blame our regulatory body, who is the Shippers Council, because if they are not given the leeway, they're supposed to have known their boundaries, but they've set their boundaries by increment of 700% increment. It's not done anywhere. It's killing. So that's exactly what we're saying. The concessionaires should be able to define their limits.
You mean it has been increased to 700%?
700%.
What was it before now?
It was 20%. Before it was 20%.
What exactly is responsible for this increment? Any, did they say anything that is the reason for this huge increment? You are talking about 680.
Yes, percent increment. For now, we've tried to, that's why we're worried. They should tell us why the increment. No, we're not opposed of increment, but it should be on a good faith, on a human faith.
Okay, so
because and also they're not in the services that are required in the port or in our industry. So wonder why, what comes about that increment. If these people are doing what they're supposed to do, rendering professional services or ease of business, it would have been more, it wouldn't accept it, but at least it would be more considerate. But 600 to 700% increments is killing.
I understand that you have associations of freight forwarding. At the announcement of this huge increase, what have your associations done? Are you speaking in one voice on how to be able to tackle this?
Associations are divided. Associations, yes, we have associations, but they're divided. Everybody secures his own personal interest. But we, the concerned freight forwarders, we are the cargo movers. We are the captain of industries who move the cargo from the port, from one decision to the other. It's having the serious impact. The association, they are all about their personal interest. But personally, myself, as a qualified professional freight forwarder, I'm having the inch because I know the number of cargo I move in the port every week or monthly or yearly. So we are not being consulted. And the letter haven't consulted the critical stakeholders, which is fallacy. We wonder the stakeholders that they've consulted, because for me, I know those are mere lies.
So are you saying that everyone in your association, no one is on the freight forwarder side to ensure that this is being challenged or addressed?
Well, I cannot say so, because I know that associations there are some that belongs to the association that are cargo movers like me and also having an inch. And of course, they've woken up. Like this morning now, the demonstration is ongoing in the port. They've shut down the MPA and some other places, which means everybody is having the challenge, just as I am. So I wouldn't say that the association is not part of it, because some of the people or the freight forwarders that believe in association are also part of the people solving the challenges and of the increment.
Shutting the port, we also escalate or make it this issue more challenging to operators. So what do you think this is the best move to have been made, or what exactly? Because I understand that Nigerian Shippers Council is the economic regulator. and is to protect the interest of shippers, freight forwarding and all that. So do you think, what role have they played in this, or do you think they are empowered enough to be able to address this issue?
For now, Shippers Council is out of it because they've not played any role. Because for now, the terminal operators are still doing the collection. So last week, that was at the attention of Shippers Council was John. We thought that they would have stopped the collection, depending on when they address the issue. But it's obvious they are part of the crime, and that's why the collection is still ongoing. So now we are still looking on to them for their reaction. But for now, they have not done anything.
So, but have you also been able to put yourselves together and to be able to meet them? I know officially they should be aware
of course, the concerned freight forwarders, just like myself, qualified. We've gone there last week. We're about 20 or 25 in numbers, okay, to bring to their notice exactly what is going on. And they did not deny, they don't know, they were not aware. They said they are aware, and I appeal to them, send a bill or a signal to this terminal operator to stop the collection, depending on when you say you address the issue. But still, as we're speaking now, the collection is still ongoing, which means the Shippers Council have not done anything. So we are worried.
So what is the next step you want to take concerning this? Because the implications will be on you and also on Nigerians.
The next step we are going to take is we are still looking up to the Shippers Council, who are the regulatory body, because we're not violence type, we are professionals. So we want to address issue in a professional way and more mannerful way that people will know that yes, we are reasonable. We are not in the port to fight anybody or to shot anybody, but we are in the port to at least to earn our living, while the concessionaires also earn their living. But haven't come to take every business into their pockets. It's something else.
So exactly what is the implication of this rise on you, and what is the implication on the consumers, which are Nigerians?
The implication is that the volume of cargo coming to the country will reduce, because a lot of importers or the importers are already in a fix. So after taking away the cargo from the port, since last week is a problem. It has reduced drastically by 20%, by 80%. You can't see cargo. You can't see the cargo trafficking from the port going out for the port again because of this cargo increment. Everybody's taking action. Nobody's paying. Where do you get money? A box 100,000 a day, 10 days, 1 million. If you have 10 containers, it's not about how much? 10 million. You wouldn't want to take for 10 days. So they didn't even give a kind of avenue of want to process these documents before the clearance of cargo. You made the cargo lands begin to count your money. Where is it done? Professionally, it's bad.
So what happens to Nigerians?
It will affect Nigerians because the cost of this problem will still go to the market, and they were crying about the high cost of living. So now these concessionaires are adding pains to the more Nigerians of the cost of living. So that there's no benefit. We're not benefiting anything from this. Evil step. Instead, we are losing, because these investors, these concessionaires are the foreign investors, are businessmen like me. They don't add anything to this national economy. They'll need money out there and want to develop their nation. So they're not adding any value to us.
And you're saying that there was no consultation of any form?
There was no consultation. They just wake up in the morning, we'll start seeing this increment, inputting it in the system. There was no prior notice.
Okay, we will take a short break now. When we return, we will be looking at the role custom is playing at the port and the role of foreign dominance in the port. But that will be after the short break. Please stay with us.
News Central TV, Africa's #1 storyteller, has come with the best of both worlds. With a combination of news app and live TV, we ensure that you keep track of the latest headlines, breaking news, and in-depth analysis from professional journalists from around the continent. Download the News Central TV app on Android and iOS and get started today. Don't forget to follow us on News Central's social media platforms. News Central, Africa First.
If you're just joining us, this is Maritime Radar, and I still have with me Austin Azubuike Ekweozor. Before we went on that break, I said we will look at foreign dominance and the implications on your business.
The foreign dominance, their implications are much, because they are taking back our business from us, because they don't conform with the measures they're supposed to be taking, because I think that the proper checkmate are not being given to them. Local content acts, Cabotage acts, CRFFN acts, Act number 16 of 2007. These people don't conform with it. If they are truly following all these professional measures, I don't think we'll be where we are today and facing the kind of challenges we're facing. These people have really slashed the cargo coming into this country, and I'm not sure that government is aware of this, because the damage control supposed to have been done over these people. Otherwise, in the next few years, the impact on their over dubious nights will affect this country.
So what do you want the current minister to do in terms of addressing this foreign dominance? Because they are taking away your business as a Nigerian. So what are your expectations from this new minister of Marine and Blue Economy?
Of course, the new minister of Marine and Blue Economy, she just took office not quite long, and we're looking onto her that soonest that the damage control and measure will be taken, which we hope that everything will.
Are there any specific expectations from him?
Specific from him is to put eyes in the port and of the port operations,
okay,
and make sure that this kind of recent nightmare we're having,
okay,
will not occur, will be addressed, and especially Chiefers Council should also be looking up, should all be being checkmate, because that's the regulatory body that will hope that they're supposed to be our backbone.
But do you think the Chiefers Council have the backing to be able to discharge their functions?
Of course, they have the backings, because we freight forwarders, we give them courage, we give them backing, and of course.
I mean, from the government.
You mean the Shippers Council?
Yes.
Of course, the regulatory body that covers the freight forwarders, okay, which is appointed by the government. Okay. Government knows that know that they're operating. Without government being aware, how can they operate? It's a collaboration thing.
So what other challenges are you looking at that has hampered your business as a freight forwarding that you want to address?
The nightmare we're having now is we're appealing to the new minister to look onto these concessionaires, these terminal operators. If this matter is being addressed, honestly, I'll assure you that a lot of souls will be saved. Because for now, honestly, is a very big problem. It's have covered a lot of challenges we'll be having in industry, which is minor and has been addressed or will be addressed. This is killing. Do you know what it means for somebody from 0 to get to 100 increment? From just 2% to 700%. What is being done? The situation we are passing through now is really killing. I don't know how to define it. They can see I'm even confused, because I've not seen this since 32 years of the industry. I'm not studied this type of situation we are passing through now. So we're calling on the new minister to intervene on these challenges before it gets out of hand. Any
other challenge also do you want to, aside from this increment from terminal operators, any other challenge you want to mention here?
The challenge, but it's not much challenge, okay, is on the custom side, that we believe that the new CGC that has been confirmed now, that is a system person and that understands the organogram of the port operations, that we have the confidence in him, knowing him very, very well, that he's going to address the little hinge we are having here and there, which we know that has been confirmed now that everything will be addressed duly.
I want to thank you most kindly for your time. It's been Austin Azubuike Ekweozor. He is a freight forwarder and the CEO of Success Trends and Links Limited. Many thanks for your time on the program.
Thank you.
And I hope that as we have talked here, that the government is listening and these issues will be resolved amicably.
Yes, we hope so.
And that's our show this week. Every week, join us on Maritime Radar as we explore factors that will ensure the development of the maritime sector in Africa. You can also expect the latest in global maritime news and industry insight right here. I'm Nneoma. Obi-Asualo. Many thanks for your time. See you again next week.